Hey everyone, guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Websleuths live with George and Stephanie here tonight. Patricia is away on business and she had issues last night during the live stream to the point where she was just unhappy with the way it worked with the Wi-Fi in her motel. So she has handed it over to us for a couple of nights. We'll be here tonight and tomorrow. And as a bit of a trial, since she went away, I wanted to play with the new setting on StreamYard. If you're on my channel, Nights with Ping, you will see the live show from Websleuths on there right now. So we're broadcasting across two channels right now. Hey, Insightful One, how are you?
I'm great. Poor Moonlight says she's so confused in the chat.
Yeah, I think she jumped into the Nights with Ping one too. That's okay. I'm going to keep an eye on it. And yeah, I've got both channels up. Carolyn, hey Carolyn Dillman, how are you? No, Trisha's not here. She just doesn't have the Wi-Fi to log in to the live show. I don't know where she is. Somewhere, probably stealing monkeys, and she doesn't want to tell us, so she's using Wi-Fi as an excuse. Marlon Clausen says ping sounds tinny. All right, hold on. We've been having mic issues tonight, guys. What's going on? Mic is. Why did it do that? Hold on.
Mm. And Marilyn Landis, the prep
Yeah,
is
all right, hold on.
gross. Got it. It is gross. When I did it, I swear it's like drinking salt water. It was horrible. And it's way too much. Marilyn Landis says Trish she's at the Emporium. I was on the phone with her last night while she was talking to somebody trying to get the Wi-Fi to work. And it was a mess. Let's see. I love fall too, Kibby. I love all that stuff they have out for Halloween this time of year. So. Retired RN figured it out. Trisha's probably delivering twin gorillas tonight. How'd you know? Let's see. Yeah, retired RN says the prep is 100 times worse than the procedure. It is. Sam Clinton, we're glad you're here. We're trying to figure out tech issues right now.
Hey guys, I'm back. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, that does sound better.
Yeah, I've been having mic issues for about a week, and the microphone that I've had for about a year is slowly dying. So I'm in the market for a new microphone. I think I found one. This was just a cheapie I bought when I first started doing live shows, just because I didn't want to spend a lot of money if I didn't know I was gonna do it for very long. But now that I live stream so much, I need something a little more reliable. So I'm in the process of fixing that. So sorry for that, everyone. Marilyn Landis says she's at the Emporium. That's probably true. That's probably where she is. Retired RN says Trisha is probably delivering twin gorillas tonight. You know, I wouldn't put it past her if she flew to Africa and she's like down there living amongst them. She just doesn't want to tell us. How is everyone? I wanted to say hello. Did you say hello to people in the chat while I was gone?
Not yet. I was just chatting with them.
Oh, okay. Hey, Sam Clinton 2.0. What happened to the 1.0? Did you kill them? Was it like an evil twin situation? I wanted to say hello to Tia, Candy Williams, Petunia, the Thoris. Hey, what a lovely thing to happen to have the Thoris here. Beth B, I'll get to you in a minute. Thanks for your note. I will read that out in a minute. Bunny Bun, Nana Lana, Diane Marie, Lindy. Who else have we got here? Moonlight View. Insightful One, she's here. I haven't seen her in ages. Woos is here. Who else have we got? Retired RN, I think I said that. Vegemite Smile, hey, how's it going? Carolyn, hey, good to see you. Blue Moon, Sienna, Kibby. I think we got just about Marlene's here. Did we get everyone? I hope we did. Max here. And Meg and Kelly in Texas. Guys, thanks so much for being here. I appreciate it. Anita's here too. Hey, Anita. I just want to check the other chat since we've got the other one open. I think, Heather O'Brien's in the other chat. Hey, Heather, good to see you. I will get to you as well in a minute. All right, let me get set up with our first story, and then I'll get the camera on for you guys. I hope you're all watching the hurricane down in Mexico. It looks like it could be a Category 5 before it makes landfall. Could be another devastating weather event. All right, inside for one, we're going to talk about Alicia Navarro. Since you and me know a little bit each about it, we're going to go through this.
Okay.
You know, a little bit of knowledge is dangerous and sometimes good. All right, guys, how are you? I am here. I am alive. It's good to see everyone live from Melbourne. Inside for one, why don't you tell me, since you brought this story to me, I did read it too. Why don't you tell me what's going on with this? Like, explain how this is connected to Alicia.
Okay. Well, as a lot of us know, we discussed it before. Alicia went missing in 2019. And then, was it this year? I think it was this year that she walked into a police station after all this time and said she wanted to be removed from the missing persons list. Well, police proceeded to check into it and they found out she had been living with an older gentleman. So just today, records were released that he's now charged with child sex abuse. And Alicia's in the documents. Her family will be holding a press conference next week. So it seems like some of the charges are related to her, but there are many other images of other children. So it's not good.
Concerning.
Yeah.
Because I read in this document and in the article that he's her boyfriend.
Yes, she said he was her boyfriend.
And if that's true, she ran away when she was a teenager, and he seems to have an interest in underage children. It doesn't bode very well for what happened to her.
Right.
You know, I know she said no one harmed her and, nothing happened to her. But we know that sometimes abuse victims or people who are being groomed sometimes say stuff like that. So I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying we just got to look at all angles of what might have happened to Alicia over the time she went missing. So
right. And a lot of times a young girl with an older guy, she falls in love with him or thinks she's in love and is willing to participate in certain things. So they don't consider it, the young girls don't consider it abuse in that situation.
Exactly. We have a little video we can watch from Fox 10. Fox 10 has been keeping great coverage of this the entire time. We might have to refresh it though. They want to show us Jenna Ellis pleads guilty in 2020 Georgia election probe, and that's not what we want to. Not what we want to watch. Let's see if it brings it back up. No. Okay, this one. All right, let's watch this, and we'll come back and we'll read more out of the. We have the court documents, so we'll read you some of that after we listen to the news broadcast.
Huge news story breaking today. Montana police arrest a man connected to the disappearance of that Arizona teen a few years ago, Alicia Navarro.
Just 3 months ago, Navarro made national headlines. She walked into a police department in Montana and she asked to be removed from the missing persons list. Linda Williams is live tonight with the new details in this story. Linda.
Yeah, back when Alicia Navarro first came forward, and it was just this past summer, Glendale police said this is not the end of this. Going forward, there will be more police agencies investigating, and there's more to come in this story. Yesterday's arrest in Montana was the result of one of those investigations. Alicia Navarro walked into a Montana police station last summer requesting she be taken off the missing persons registry. It set into motion a chain of events that led to the arrest of 36-year-old Edmund Davis Monday afternoon on child sex abuse charges. There's no indication Alicia Navarro is involved.
Did anybody hurt you in any way?
No, no one hurt me.
Okay, because, our goal is we just want to make sure that you're safe.
When she first reappeared, Navarro did this July interview with Glendale police, saying no one had hurt her. Missing from her Glendale home since 2019, Jessica Nunez said she believes her daughter, who is autistic, was lured away from her Glendale home over the internet when she was 14 years old. Despite an extensive effort to find Alicia, no one knew her whereabouts until she appeared in that Montana police station in July.
Thank you. Thank you for offering help to me.
Yes, ma'am. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, goodbye.
They retrieved several pictures showing young children being sexually exploited, enough to charge him with 2 felony counts of sexual child abuse. Linda Williams, Fox 10 News.
All right. That was very interesting. And on this document,
Well, during a true national disaster situation.
all right. They always do that to me. It's like, here's another video.
I know.
So we can read out a little bit of this document for you. Is there a place people could find this online, Insight Porn?
Okay. Yeah, I can grab the link real quick. It was from Justin Lum.
Oh, good. Justin Lum he is from Fox 10, right?
Yeah, in Arizona. So he's been covering it since the beginning.
He's a good guy.
Yep. I'll grab it.
All right. And then I'm going to show this. Hopefully it'll show this. Yep. So you can see here, count 1, sexual abuse of children, a felony as specified in Montana Code. Is that what it is? Mont Code. On or about the 26th of July, 2023, the defendant committed the offense of sexual abuse of children by knowingly possessing by electronic communication images of a child or children 12 years of age or younger engaged in sexual conduct, actual or simulated. And then he has another one, count 2 is something similar, sexual abuse of children, a felony as specified in Mont Code. On or about the same date, 26th of July, 2023, the defendant committed the offense of sexual abuse of children, knowingly possessing by electronic communication images of a child or children under the age of 16 engaged in sexual conduct, actual or simulated. So he's got 2 counts of that. He's got more counts down here. What's this one? No, they're the same ones. He's got 2 counts. Sorry. He'd like to replay everything. And I might be able to make this bigger for everyone. There we go. It says here, it is the state's belief that the following facts provide probable cause that the defendant, Edmund Davis, committed the alleged offenses. Montana Department of Justice Division of Criminal Investigations Agent Brian Cassidy has probable cause to believe that the offenses of sexual abuse of children in violation of Montana Code have been committed based on the following facts. Agent Cassidy learned from Detective Sidney Sutter, a detective with Glendale Police Department in Arizona, that a 14-year-old child went missing in Glendale, Arizona, and was recently located as an adult in Harve, Montana. Detective Sutter reported to Agent Cassidy that Alicia, the missing girl, was living with an adult male by the name of Edmund Davis. Subsequent investigation and warrants processed through Arizona led to the child sexual abuse material being found on Edmund's phone, which is identified as a black and dark blue Moto G cell phone, which was seized from a search warrant completed in the same place, Harve, Montana. So there's a brief of evidence conducted by, a brief of that investigation conducted by the Glendale PD is as below. Agent Cassidy understands that 14-year-old Alicia Navarro went missing on September 15, 2019, between approximately 2 in the morning and 6 in the morning. Alicia is a high-functioning autistic child who was enrolled in school in Phoenix, Arizona, but resided in Glendale, Arizona. Multiple agencies joined the investigation, but no leads were able to come to fruition on the whereabouts of Alicia. On Sunday, July 23, 2023, A female came into the Harv Police Department in Montana and stated that she is Alicia Navarro and wishes to be taken off the missing persons list. The officers at the Harv Police Department contacted the Glendale Police Department to verify the status of the missing persons status and informed the local FBI office, who responded to lend resources. It just goes on to say, hold on, give me 1 second. It just goes on to say that she would go on to identify herself properly by providing information that only Alicia would know. Same physical characteristics, birthmarks, that type of thing. So they knew it was her. Then we get down to here. On the 26th of the 7th, a search warrant was executed on an apartment in which Alicia Navarro and Edmund Davis were residing in. Edmund had been seen in the presence of Alicia before she went to the Harv PD and was later identified as Alicia's boyfriend. Upon making contact at the door, Alicia stated that no one was present at the apartment but her, though officers observed Edmund in the kitchen behind Alicia. Edmund was seen throwing a cell phone into the trash and placing items on top of said phone. Very clever. Officers finished executing the warrant, seizing 3 cell phones, including one from the trash can in the kitchen, 1 HP laptop, an Xbox One, and those items were transported back to Glendale Police Department. All right, Hindsight for One, can you read the next bit? Can you see it? I wonder if she can see it. No?
Wait, which page? Sorry, I was looking up a name from chat.
Oh,
Which
that's all right.
page are you on?
Oh, sorry, hold on. I'm on
Yeah,
page 3 of 6.
okay, because I can't see. I have to grab it.
Oh, you can't see either?
No,
What is going on?
It's so small for me.
Oh, how are we both typing in the chat as...
I just figured it out. I was typing under the Websleuths account and I realized I thought it was you saying the same thing.
You thought I was trolling you in the chat?
But
how would I do
evidently
that when I was reading?
When I type through the Websleuths account, it types through your account as well.
Yeah, because we're linked on both websites right now.
Well, that's something we learned.
Yeah, it's a new feature from StreamYard where you can multi-stream.
Gosh.
Miss K says, I wish someone would help with Melissa Trumpy missing in Monroe, Wisconsin. Yes, we will get to that. Was it you that sent me the email about her? Someone did.
I don't know, but that's exactly what I was just going to look up. But let me grab the docs here.
Yep.
And this is okay. So mine says 3 of 8. So just
3 of 8.
Start on page 3.
Yeah, just start where it says officers finished executing the warrant. If you can see that paragraph. We're very professional here. We have everything sorted out. We run at a minute's notice.
Gosh, okay, so it starts out that one, second, and third. The third one I have says it's charges count 1 and count 2 again.
Yeah, we're past that.
So I think you were down 1, 2. Okay. The one that says Glendale notes that there were over 80 images.
Yeah, you can go from there. That's okay.
Because that's what I'm trying to find. Okay.
Sure, that's okay.
Let me go. So Glendale notes that there were over, let me just make it bigger, 80 images located on the device determined to be Edmund's device. Per their protocols, they selected 10 images from those found and brought them to receive a sexual maturity rating at the Phoenix Children's Hospital. Of the 10 images provided, 9 were rated. 7 of those 9 were rated as children under the age of 13, and the other 2 were rated as children under the age of 5. Agent Cassidy was contacted concerning the images found on Davis's phone. Agent Cassidy requested the electronics that appeared to be used by Edmund Davis be transferred to the DCI computer forensics unit in Helena, Montana. Or Helena. that was identified to be a black Moto G cell phone, the same phone that was attempted to be concealed in the trash can, and a laptop that appeared to be shared and used by Edmund and Alicia. The following devices seized from the defendant's residence were transferred to Agent Cassidy's possession: black and dark blue Moto G cell phone, red HP laptop. We don't need the model number, I don't think. Agent Cassidy obtained a search warrant to allow him to conduct a search of the above stated devices for child sexual abuse materials and data pertaining to the access, acquiring, possession, and possible dissemination of said material as defined by MCA. Agent Cassidy conducted a forensic examination of the above referenced cell phone and laptop. Cassidy found the Moto G device in which the CSAM imagers were located was in fact logged into Eddie Davis' Google account, Facebook account, and had a Gmail address using his name within it. Let's see. Cassidy began looking at the images stored on the device, immediately taking note of a photo album named Jimmy Nude 03, like nude as in naked nude. So, noting that it is of a known CSAM series. In this series, a young male child is in various states of nudity, exposing his genitals and pouring what appears to be whipped cream on his body. Cassidy saw that these 20 pictures were extracted from a zip file downloaded from a file hosting service where CSAM can be obtained. Other images found on the device were found in a cache or thumbnail format. A cache is a part of the browser or a local folder on your phone that stores some of the material about the website you visit, making them load faster when you return to them. So the cache images and files show a user's past activity, even if the activity was attempted to be hidden or obscured by other means. Some of the images Cassidy notes as evidentiary are as follows: a still image, an apparent prepubescent female laying on her back wearing a pentagram leather bondage harness. What appears to be an adult male is committing sodomy with a child, I will say.
That's a good word, yeah.
Yeah. Still image, an apparent prepubescent female laying on her back, giving manual stimulation to an adult male's pineapple above her. The image is captioned "Dad, Daughter." Oh, God. And is stamped with the known CSAM hosting UR. Still image, an apparent young boy naked and straddling what appears to be an adult male. The male is holding his exposed pineapple near or against the boy's bum. The image is captioned "Boys" and is stamped with the same known CSAM hosting URL noted above. Another still image, an apparent prepubescent female, naked and who appears to be in distress. An adult male is holding her head within his hands while standing nude in front of her. This places the child's face in line of the male's stiff pineapple. Cassidy notes the presence of other images of infants and toddlers. Cassidy also notes that both male and female children are present in the imagery discovered. There were also a multitude of pictures found that are computer generated or animated content showing apparent children being sexualized. At this time, Agent Cassidy is requesting an arrest warrant for Edmund Davis for the crime of sexual abuse of children, as stated in the Montana Code, as Davis knowingly possessed CSAM imagery on his phone in which a child is engaged in sexual conduct, actual or simulated. Accordingly, the affidavit moves the court for leave to file the requested information on the 16th day of October 2023.
Well done, Insightful One. It was a good read.
My gosh, I didn't know. I looked over the documents earlier, but I didn't know those image descriptions were in there. I missed that.
They also state further up, they actually took those images to a hospital or university and got a qualified doctor to give them age ranges of the victims in the images. So they could confirm through medical doctors if they were underage, prepubescent, that type of thing. And I found that very interesting. I didn't know they did that for
Yeah, they called it
CSAM
rating.
images.
So they were rating the ages, I guess. They said rating. So
Yeah,
I think
so they
that was
said
interesting. Yeah.
7 of the 9 were rated as children under the age of 13, and the other 2 were rated as children under the age of 5. That is horrible. And this is supposed to be the person that Alicia Navarro ended up with, and maybe was groomed by. Maybe, I mean, I don't know, and it just seems a bit weird. You know, you have this girl that goes missing from Arizona, who her mum said she was sort of easily led, and you know, I don't know. Well, maybe we'll find out more as this continues through the court.
Right. And see what the parents say next week. But sorry, guys, I didn't know those were in there.
Yeah, so we probably should have done a bigger warning.
Oh, see, I don't research sex or sex abuse cases. I don't. So I wasn't prepared.
I thought you were just going to say, I don't research, like some sort of defiant
No,
statement about your work.
I don't research or sex crimes. I have an issue with that. That's something I stay away from. Plus, in that area, there's so much, I don't know. So my opinion wouldn't count anyways, because a lot of it is something I haven't studied. So
yeah, I don't know a ton about it either, and I don't tend to do a ton of child cases. It's not something I do either, just because of how hard they are, and not because we shouldn't talk about it, but just not qualified either to know as much as you should to be able to talk about the subject, because it's such a, it's such a serious and it's a wide-ranging subject too. So, but I
yeah,
think
I just know basics from psychology of, the trauma that people go through from such experiences, but that's my limit there that I know.
Yeah. Well, I hope that they chase down these leads through this guy, because I want to know more about how Alicia ended up with him and how she got from Arizona to Montana. And I know she's an adult now, but they still have to kind of square away how she sort of got to Montana when she was a child?
My hypothesis would be they met online and he came and got her.
I think you're right. That's what the mom believes too. So
yeah, and wouldn't that be an add-on, a kidnapping charge?
Right.
Okay.
Hold on. I have a story. Since that was so serious, let me find something that is not as hard for everyone to listen to. We have to talk about it a little bit. We probably could have left out the descriptions, but it is something pertinent to her investigation and how she went missing. Where's that?
You're
Where's
right.
that link?
That's like a lot of us don't want to hear the details in child cases, but I've learned that we need to talk about it. People need to know. The more they're aware, the more they'll notice things and report it. Even though it's hard on us, it's for them,
Yeah, I actually have a show coming up on my channel, Nights with Ping. It's an entire show about, it's not quite this subject, but something we have to talk about, and it's a little bit boring, but it's about scams and to do with people who are a little bit older in age and maybe not as technological, like literate as other people. And we're going to go all the way through it, and I'm going to show you what to look out for, how to detect things, and what to not do, or what you can or should do to get yourself out of a situation if you ever get a phone call or an email. So that's a show I've got coming up, but I thought people might enjoy that.
Yeah, well, it's good information for them to have. And Marilyn Landis, yes, they said she's high functioning, autistic.
High functioning, yep. So I thought this was really interesting. Did you see this today, Insightful One? Pilot accused of trying to bring down flight claims he used shrooms like magic mushrooms. It says according to court
What
filings,
I
the
read
pilot.
It was like 40 hours earlier, and he'd used it and been up for 40 hours.
Yeah, it says here, according to court filings, the pilot discussed using shrooms with police. Pilot is also reportedly said he was having a nervous breakdown. Emerson admitted to trying to bring down the plane. That's scary. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
It says an off-duty pilot accused of attempting to bring down a flight mid-air admitted to experimenting with psychedelic mushrooms, according to a court filing. According to the documents, Joseph David Emerson told police he believed he was having a nervous breakdown and had not slept for 40 hours. He admitted he became depressed approximately 6 months prior and discussed using psychedelic mushrooms with officers, saying it was his first time taking mushrooms. That's really dangerous, that not sleeping for 40 hours.
Oh
A
yeah.
live streamer actually died. He did a 24-hour live stream, and near the end, he actually had a heart attack and died
Oh
on
my
his live
God.
show. So it's really, really dangerous. It says here he reportedly consumed the mushrooms 48 hours prior to the flight. You would have thought that they would have worn off by then, but he probably would have still been a bit off.
Yeah,
It
I think,
says,
like you said, they're not sleeping.
yeah, it makes it
If
like
it's true.
psychosis.
Yeah. Yep.
It says Emerson reportedly told officers the pilots didn't seem right, and he pulled the emergency shutoff because he thought he was dreaming and wanted to wake up. Emerson, a pilot for Alaska Airlines, was riding in the jump seat of the cockpit en route to a flight he was set to pilot when he reportedly attempted to pull the handles that would activate the pilot's fire suppression system and shut off the fuel to the engine. Jeez. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Speaking of scammers, somebody was trying to hack my Facebook yesterday. Booze, poisonous mushrooms, magic mushrooms. What other mushrooms are there?
The ones that don't kill you. Yeah, sorry about that. I heard the weirdest noise outside. I was like, what is that? Yeah, I don't know why someone would do this when they're about to fly. Yeah, according to court filings, Emerson allegedly said, "I'm not okay," just before his attempt to shut down the engine. The documents also state he told a flight attendant to restrain him or it would get really bad.
Yeah.
And another flight attendant reported him saying he messed everything up and that he tried to kill everybody. Emerson also reported to have asked to waive his right to an attorney because he admitted to what he didn't and didn't want to face charges. Emerson is being charged with 83 counts of attempted murder, 83 counts of reckless endangerment, and 1 count of endangering an aircraft. Oh, I guess that's for all the passengers on board, because
Yep.
if he'd shut down the engine, they may have died.
Yep.
And they've included an affidavit in here too about his background and training. I will give that in the chat, so if you would like to read the affidavit, we're not going to go through it tonight. Otherwise, you'll have to listen to me say, county code, this and that, blah, blah, blah. No one wants to hear that. This is not the first time. Wasn't there a pilot in Seattle who did something similar? And he ended up crashing and killing himself, unfortunately. Do you remember that, when he stole a plane and took it out over the bay and then ended up crashing it?
It sounds so familiar, but I can't say for sure. But it
Oh,
does.
okay. I could probably look it up at some point, but I remember something similar happening a while ago. I don't know if that's something you should ever admit to police, that you've been using shrooms. It'll automatically put you on the bad path, but I don't
Unless
know.
he wants to use it as a defense.
I was on shrooms and I cannot remember. I did not steal all those donuts.
Yeah.
It was the shrooms. They made me do it.
Yeah.
I think this guy was having issues long before the flight and the shrooms. It sounds like, he does say he was having depression. Maybe he wanted to use psychedelics to try solve some of that. There is a sort of new age thinking that some psychedelics in microdosing can
Yep.
help people with mental disorders.
I've been
And
reading about that. Yeah.
yeah, it's an interesting theory. Actually, where I live in Victoria, you can now get therapeutic microdosing with psychedelics as of this year.
Jeez.
It can be government funded, I think, from this year, which is interesting. Although apparently there's no one that can do the service yet. There's only one place, and it's a hospital, and I don't think there's any other providers as of yet. Let me just check the chats. Tanny Mitchell says, pretty sure no one wants to face charges. I think so, right? Everyone is like, nah, I'll be okay. I don't need the charges. Juicy Jules says, what's up, Ping? Hey, Juicy Jules, how are you? I Hate Morning says, yes, he wasn't only a mechanic. He wasn't a pilot, he was a mechanic. Oh, he was a mechanic. Thank you, I Hate Mornings. I appreciate that. So he was a mechanic heading to a different place to repair something. I get it. No, it says here, an off-duty pilot. So he was a pilot. So I don't think they would call him a pilot if he was just a mechanic. But you're talking about the other one, the one where he
The other
crashed the
one, I
plane.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a mechanic. Okay, that was an interesting story. I wish I could find that at some point. Tharvy40. Hey, Tharvy, good to see you. This story is not helping my going to San Diego on a plane next Friday. Oh, you're heading back down south, are you? Are you gonna go see your family? I remember Tharvy told me they went down there for the hurricane a while ago. Oh, I hope you have a safe trip, Tharvy. I do. Moonlight View says, needless to say, he's grounded. Yes, he is. I heard someone in the chat ask, is there any update on Aaron Patterson? There is no update I can give you. Nothing. There's just no updates at all. It's sort of gone cold for now, and when there is something that's worth reporting, I will definitely bring it to you as soon as I can. But for now, I don't know what the cops are doing, or I guess they're just investigating or waiting on something. So you'll find out when I find out. Gazing at the moon says, all the world's a stage and we are merely playing performers and portraying each another's audience beyond the guided cage. That sounds like some sort of like Shakespeare or something.
Yeah.
Darby says, hubby and I are going on vacation. Oh, that sounds nice. Have fun. I hope you have a lot of fun on vacation. Shakespeare. Okay. I was sent this story today. I want to check. I'm pretty sure it was retired RN, but I just want to check.
Oh, it's funny. I was laughing at your guess. Pretty good.
Yeah. Yes, it was retired RN. She sent me this link, and it says here, 24 killed, including at least 12 police officers in attacks in Mexico. 3 separate armed attacks in Mexico on Monday left at least 24 people dead, including a dozen police officers. Authorities have said the latest violence to hit the regions plagued by drug trafficking. In the deadliest incident, unidentified attackers targeted a security patrol in Guerrero State. Guerrero State municipality of Coyuca de Benitez. Prosecutor Alessandro Hernandez said at least 13 people were killed and 2 others wounded in that attack. The state prosecutor's office said in a statement, with Hernandez earlier having confirmed that at least 11 of those killed were members of the municipal police force. A senior state security official was traveling in the convoy when it was attacked, without confirming media reports that he was murdered along with the police bodyguards. Security forces were later seen patrolling the area where several lifeless bodies lay on the ground as a police helicopter flew overhead. In another attack in the neighborhood state of Michoacán, I'm terrible with my Spanish. I'll put that in the chat. Left 4 civilians and a policeman dead and 2 others wounded. A group of gunmen had attacked the brother of the mayor of the town, according to the state prosecutor's office. A restaurant worker and a member of the police force were among those killed, while the mayor's brother was wounded. In a video posted on social media, gunmen were seen opening fire before fleeing in several vehicles. A third attack on Monday, a gunfight between alleged drug dealers in central Mexican state of I can't pronounce half these names. Puebla? I can't pronounce it. Puebla left at least six dead and 2 wounded, the regional government reported. The incident took place in a rural community of San Miguel Canoa, about 75 miles from Mexico City. Mexico is plagued by cartel-related bloodshed that has seen more than 420,000 people murdered since the government deployed the military in its war on drugs in 2006. Wow, almost 500,000 people murdered. That's a lot of people. Since then, the country's murder rate has tripled to 25 per 100,000 people. Mexico has also registered more than 10,000 disappearances since 1962, most attributed to criminal organizations. Wow. Brutal. Really is. Hold on.
Oh yeah, it is there. Some areas it's bad. Sorry, gazing at the moon about I put spaces in your name. I don't know why I did that. So,
What did you do?
oh, I typed their name and I put spaces in the wrong places.
Oh, that's right. We often put stasis in the wrong places, it happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you to Retired Irene for sending that in. She says we don't cover very much Mexican stories, and we don't. We had one a while ago about 3 or 4 boys that were kidnapped, and a cartel actually murdered them in Mexico. Posted all their images online, where they made the friends murder each other.
Yes.
So all the friends had to end up killing each other, and it was brutal.
Yeah.
Some of the videos leaked online, and maybe one of the most horrific things I've ever witnessed ever.
Are you talking about the one where they're beating each other up?
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
the guy
I saw
tries
that.
to decapitate his
Yes.
friend.
I saw that one.
Yeah, brutal. And the fact that they were childhood friends and but Retired Irene is right. We don't cover enough of Mexicans' crimes, and we can definitely do better at helping bring more stories from there.
There's the missing women of Juarez is horrific, and I know a lot of people that go to Mexico and they love it, and but my husband used to go a lot before I knew him, and once he took his younger sister, and I forget where they were, what they were doing, and somebody came up, said he was a policeman, and tried to take my husband's sister. She was a little blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl, and he's like, no, you're not taking my sister anywhere. And they kept insisting they had to take her, and he refused, and they left. He walked away and they left. Yeah, so he said,
That's scary.
never taking our kids there or nothing, when they were smaller.
Well, we had that woman from Australia in Mexico, and she went missing along with her ex-husband. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
And they found the baby at the church, but I don't think they've ever found the husband or the wife.
Yes.
Not like it's a year later, and we have no more information about what happened to them. They just know that someone dropped the baby off at the church, and their car was found burnt out like a day later somewhere, but there's no bodies inside the vehicle.
Yeah, and just to clarify, I mean, I know people, that still have homes in Mexico and they live here and then they live there sometimes. And every country has its good and bad parts. It's just law enforcement and stuff is different in every areas as well. So that adds to it. Because I don't want to diss Mexico. It's a lot of beautiful
Oh
places.
no.
Yeah. So
I
I just
saw a
was saying.
video of like 4 guys in a van driving on a surfing holiday in Mexico, and they were driving and the road was blocked, and these guys came up to them with guns, and they were freaking out. They're like, "Oh my God, we're gonna get killed.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are cartel, and we don't speak like Spanish and or Mexican, and we're going to get murdered here and abducted. Our family's never going to find us." But those men were actually army, and they were like protecting tourists on the road. And they were like, "Don't go down this way. It's cartel. You need to turn around and go on this other road where it's safer."
Yeah.
And they were actually there trying to protect people. They weren't actually cartel. And I mean, you could see it in their eyes. They were just, I think they were so relieved when they realized it wasn't cartel members.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez.
Gazing at the moon says, "Did you guys see the judge from Oklahoma texting the bailiff with immature comments during a murder trial?" I don't. Did you see that one? Insightful one?
No, I didn't.
I mean, we can have a look if you want. What was it? Oklahoma. The lady who went missing from Cancun, I think, was Tani Shanks. I think I actually started the thread on Websleuths about her, and from when did she go missing? 24th of March 2023 was when she went missing, I think, or something like that. Missing? Yeah, something around that time. But since then, no new information. They got her daughter back to Australia, the baby who was found at the church, but they haven't found her. Nothing at all. So, okay, let me look up this Oklahoma thing. You talk to the nice people in the chat for a minute.
Right, and Danny Mitchell had said that 4 people got electrocuted in a fountain at a mall. That's crazy. I will always think twice now before I step in a fountain. Jeez. Yes, Marlene Clausen, the Federale. I agreed she didn't know more. Thank goodness for them, but how frightening for the people.
Are they talking about the one where they were electric? I can't pronounce it tonight.
Okay, Trish.
Yeah, I'm Trish tonight. I took on her whole spirit tonight. There was something about like there was a plug or a motor, and it was not earthed properly, and people were zapped in the water and killed. They were electrocuted because it was like 220-volt electricity straight into the water or something. Is
So
that
it
the
might not
same
have
one?
been grounded.
Yeah, there was no ground. The
Yeah.
ground had come off or something and killed a bunch of people, unfortunately.
Jeez.
And apparently pretty common in some countries to have bad electricity with water. Yeah, just
Oh,
shoddy
geez.
workmanship.
Gambler says there were signs saying to stay out because of danger. Well,
Yeah, that sounds really familiar, Gambler. Or Danny Mitchell, or whoever it was. It was Gambler. Hey, Gambler. Good to see you. Hey, Jury File. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. So this is the article I could find. Oklahoma judge who sent 500 texts to bailiff during murder trial faces removal. It says Chief Justice says Tracy Soderstrom showed gross negligence of duty after she mocked prosecutor and praised defense attorney. That's not very unbiased, is it?
right.
Says a new Oklahoma judge could lose her job for sending more than 500 texts to her bailiff during a murder trial, including messages mocking the prosecutor, praising the defense attorney, and calling a key witness a liar. Wow. Let's see if there's any examples here. The judge's text includes saying the prosecutor was sweating through his coat during questioning of potential jurors and asking, "Why does he have baby hands?" according to Kane's petition. The text described the defense attorney as awesome and asked, "Can I clap for her?" Soderstrom texted a laughing emoji icon to the bailiff, who had made a crass and demeaning reference to the prosecuting attorney's genitals. Christian Martzel, the man on trial, was convicted of second-degree manslaughter in the 2018 death of Braxton Danker, the son of Mansell's girlfriend, and sentenced to time served. The mother of the child, Judith Danker, pleaded guilty to enabling child abuse and was sentenced to 25 years. Wow. And was a key prosecuting witness who was called a liar. Wow. I don't know why she would do that. Isn't like a lot of their phones like traced because it's a work phone?
I have no idea.
I would have figured that they have to hand them in every so often, or IT or whatever.
That's so strange.
It is, especially like saying stuff like, "Can I clap for her?" That's so, ridiculous of a judge.
And doing it during the trial, or
It
the
calls
whatever, during why court's in session.
it calls into question whether her sentencing is legitimate.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. It says here, Soderstrom's text also included comments questioning whether a juror was wearing a wig, if a witness had teeth, and calling a police officer pretty, adding, "I could look at him all day." Questioned by the Council on Judicial Complaints, Soderstrom said her texting probably could have waited rather than realizing the comments should have never been made. She said she thought, "Oh, that's funny, move on." So she doesn't even have the, self-reflection to be like, "I should never have done that." Instead, she's like, "Oh, I could have done it after work." I
Right.
mean, pretty bullshit. I mean, she should be removed from that trial and probably put on some sort of. I know they have things where they can't serve certain cases and they have to have people sign off on certain stuff. So she needs reprimand. Danny Mitchell says 500 crazy. Yep, 500. Jury file says so many judges need to be removed. Could be. Cheetah No More says this judge needs to be disbarred. Is this possible in this case? Let me see if there is a possible penalty. Oh, it says the judge's 4-year term ends in January 2027. So it says Soderstrom previously criticized their attorney and prosecutor and berated members of the courthouse staff. Soderstrom should be removed for reasons that include gross neglect of duty, gross partiality in office, and oppression in office. So I don't know. I guess she would just be removed completely before her term ends in January 27 if these counts are found legitimate. So I think so. We're both playing up tonight with our voices inside for one.
Yeah, I know.
I reckon I'm coming down with a cold. I really do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Gambler said the judge from the Brooks trial, he's the one who ran down the parade participants. She's back on the bench for the murder by eye drops trial that just started. Yeah, we read about the Brooks trial on Sunday night. We played some video from his trial. Wu said that's probably her first and last trial as a judge. Could be. Wait, if she's got 4 years, yeah, she would have started this year. It would have to have been. Let me check the other chat. I Hate Morning says the judge let the killer go for time served and nothing can be done to change it. Damn. Thanks for reminding me about that, I Hate Mornings. Sorry, I know I should have been checking both chats and I've been bad at it tonight. It's been an interesting experience to do both chats
Yeah.
on 2 streams. I don't know what we'd ever use it for, do you?
Which one?
Like having both the live streams going at the same time. Like, I'm not sure what we'd ever use it for.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just wanted to see if it worked.
Yeah.
And it does, but I think the second one looks a bit blurry though compared to the first one. I noticed that before.
Oh, sorry. If we
That's
had
all
a
right.
guest on that also had a YouTube channel and they wanted to stream it on theirs at the same time,
Oh yeah, you could do something like that, like
Mhm.
Joseph Scott Morgan or something like that.
Yeah.
Jury File says, I do 3 chats at once and I thank God no one attends. I feel like that sometimes. It's okay. I feel like that. I'm like, I'm doing the worst show ever tonight. Thanks, I Hate Mornings. I Hate Mornings says, it's fine, Ping. I'm giving you watch time. We're actually pretty close. I think we're about 1,000 hours short now at the moment, but we still have to get to that 1,000 subscriber base. So we're about halfway there, really. But I appreciate it.
I just got a notification Richard Roundtree died.
Who's that?
He was an actor that played the Shaft originally. Very sad.
He played a Shaft or the Shaft?
The Shaft.
Oh, like
SHAFT. Yeah.
Okay. So he didn't play like a Shaft. He wasn't like a background character playing a Shaft.
Yeah.
All right, let me have a look. Yeah, Richard Roundtree, a US actor best known for his starring role in the Shaft film franchise, has died. He died at his home in Los Angeles on Tuesday afternoon with his family by his side. His manager, Patrick McMinn, told The Hollywood Reporter his death comes after a short battle with pancreatic cancer. He was 81.
He was awesome.
I can't say I've ever watched it, but it may be before my time.
Yeah, it is before your time, but read Danny Mitchell's comment.
Oh, hold on. Danny Mitchell.
I put it on the screen.
Danny Mitchell's like, a shaft? What the fuck? Ping is so white. I am very white, Danny Mitchell. I might be the definition of cracker.
Yeah.
It's alright, Danny. It's alright. We'll get there. No, I know what shaft is because I remember when whoever made the remake of it in like the mid 2000s, so I've seen that one, but I never saw the original. Like obviously it was based on, who was it? Was it Samuel L. Jackson that did
I think it was Samuel L. Jackson that did the remake.
The remake. So I've seen that one. I just haven't seen the original. Yeah. So it says here, Richard's working career served as a turning point for African American leading men in film. The impact he had on the industry cannot be overstated. Roundtree was seen as a groundbreaking player with his portrayal of Detective John Shaft. Roundtree also appeared in a number of movies and TV series, which included the films Inchon and Seven, as well as television series Roots and Desperate Housewives. Roots I know of. That was a big deal. I know that one.
Yeah.
Was quite what would be the word? Important, like with the way it was the stories it told and the the way it was filmed and the people that had in it, that type of thing.
Yes. And Moonlight asked, did Trish mention him? No, I got a Twitter notification.
No, I told you, Trish is off stealing monkeys. She ain't messaging no one. She's on code black. She's like got no mobile phone. She smashed it. No one can track her. She's, dressed in black, sneaking around a zoo. Two Broke, hey Ping the Router, hello. I have seen it sometimes where two creators will combine the live streams, like HTC wanted to do a live with Trish, so both channels can watch. Oh, okay, cool. That's probably what we'd use it for then.
Yeah. Let's see. Gazing at the Moon says, we must be around the same age, Insightful One. I don't know. I'm 49. I'll be 50 in December. But I've always watched a lot of, I had older sisters, and then I watched stuff with my dad. So even things that before I was born, I've still watched, because later on we could watch them.
Back when TV was like appointment viewing, which they don't do anymore, really. Like appointment viewing is not a... Yeah, Cheated and More says, every time I quickly see Ping's email go by, I laugh because my eyes see Sunday Whippings with Ping. That's a different show. That's on OnlyFans.
You're not supposed to know about that one.
Yeah, that's a secret one.
Yeah.
That's where I get all my money. Gambler says, I was watching baseball as I'm listening. The teams are now set for the World Series. I won't reveal who won in case someone has a recording for later. Good luck to you. I am very disappointed with sport right now. my Niners have just basically crashed and burned over the last 2 weeks after going undefeated for 5 weeks. They've just, I don't know what's going on with the team right now. It's disappointing. But so I haven't watched any sports since Monday Night Football at all. I'm just, nope, no sport. But yeah, good luck to people that like baseball if your team is going to the World Series. I'm sure that is really exciting if it is a new team or someone that hasn't won in a while. It's pretty cool. All right, I have one more story for tonight. Actually, I do have an update. Sunday night, we spoke about a man who was found dead in Victoria, Australia, and Lindale in a school. He was found in a greenhouse. If you didn't see the update on my Twitter, the investigation has now been turned to self-harm causing death, meaning he killed himself, and it is not a murder or suspicious death anymore. So
that's sad.
It is sad because the way they described the scene is police thought it was a suspicious death because of what it looked like. So that means it must have been a very tortured death for that young man.
Yeah.
Which is very sad. And the fact he may have been there the entire weekend, you don't know. Maybe if someone found him earlier, maybe they could have helped him. So
Yeah.
awful to think about. Let me just try find another. I do have this. We spoke about the wood chipper murders last week. It says woman charged with wood chipper murder allegedly caught chastising men over shared stories. A woman accused of plotting to have her ex-partner fed into a wood chipper allegedly chastised others for their stories, not telling the same in covert recordings. So I think what she's saying is their collusion was not going so well because they weren't telling the exact same version of events. So she was yelling at them. It says here, a woman accused of orchestrating the plot to have her ex-partner fed to an industrial wood chipper was recorded chastising 2 men for their stories not telling the same, a jury has been told. Sharon Graham is on trial at Brisbane Supreme Court, charged with the murder of Bruce Saunders at a property in Goomborian near Gympie 6 years ago. The court contends 2 other men, Gregory Rosa and Peter Koenig, disposed of Mr. Saunders' body in the wood chipper, with Miss Graham accused of being the architect of the plot. Miss Graham has pleaded not guilty to the murder. On Monday, covert recordings of Miss Graham at her home were played to the jury. She is heard reading a text from Mr. Koenig that reads, "I'm home and not effing happy with someone," and she says, "a liar." The jury was told the recording was taken at the property on February 2nd, 2018, after Mr. Koenig was interviewed by detectives. In the recordings, Miss Graham asked Mr. Rosa if he lied before saying, "Oh, babe, I hope you haven't gone against him." Mr. Rosa answers, "I have not. I've stuck up for him the whole effing week." Now, oh my God, that's what we didn't want. Your story and his story not telling the same, she is heard saying. So I hope they get these buggers on this. You can just tell by that conversation there is collusion going on, and that should be enough, because originally they said they didn't really know each other, and she had no idea, and they were just doing the wood chipping or whatever. It's really brutal. This was the guy who died, Bruce Saunders, and they said all that was left of him was his legs, his lower legs, after he fell into the wood chipper. Really, really horrific. It says here, the Crown alleges Miss Graham, who was romantically involved with all 3 men at different points, had orchestrated the plot to have Mr. Saunders killed. It is alleged Miss Graham stood to inherit $750,000 life insurance policy, along with the contents of his will. So there's the other men involved. But Miss Graham's defense barrister, Peter Richards, earlier told the jury that his client did not counsel or procure the men to kill Mr. Saunders. As far as Sharon Graham understood it, Mr. Saunders died as a result of an accident. although she was quick on the phone to the insurance company wanting that insurance money. She was calling them up like 2 days later going, "Oh, how do I claim this and how do I get a death certificate?" And, "Oh, he died in an accident in a wood chipper," explaining to random people on the phone how he died. It's all very strange.
When you first said the wood chipper murder, I thought you meant the one from the 80s for a minute.
Is that the one where they found her tooth or whatever?
I think so. A man killed his wife in the wood chipper. Helly Crafts, I think her name was. 86, I think.
Oh, okay. Moonlight View says, what country ping? Australia. This is from Australia. Cheated No More says, it does make me laugh. What about Monday to Saturday whippings with ping? A 6-day stretch without. You guys. Guys are funny. I don't know where you get this stuff about whippings. It's not that type of channel. Alright, give me 1 second. I have to fix something. Give me 1 minute. 1 minute, people. I'm Steve Lookner. Breaking news. Breaking news.
Sunday whippings with Pink the Shaft OnlyFans. Danny Mitchell, I love your comment. Sorry, my voice is going. Man, I had to mute for a minute. Yeah, I always think of Fargo too. And I know when Fargo came out, a lot of people thought Fargo, that part was based on the wood chipper murder from the 80s. But one of the Coen brothers, the one that made it was Ethan or Joel, I'm not sure if it was both of them. I can't remember now. One of them said they'd never heard of the case. So.
Okay. Danny Mitchell says Sunday whippings with Ping, The Shaft, OnlyFans. Miss Trisha gonna be mad. Nah, she'll be alright. She'll be fine. She says worse stuff than I do. She really does. Moonlight View says she sees whipping in your title.
Yeah.
Is there? Did I write something wrong?
In the title?
It says Websleuths Live, True Crime Daily Roundup. Did I write something bad in the bottom bit? I may have. It doesn't seem so. You have to explain what that means, because I don't get it. I think that's just about it, but yeah, this trial is ongoing in Australia. I hope they get to a conclusion quickly. This is Sharon Graham, the lady who is accused of orchestrating the murder of Mr. Saunders. And these are the two other men. That's Gregory Rosa and that's Peter Koenig, who put their mate in a wood chipper. Decided that would be an easy way to get rid of his body. There's Mr. Bruce Saunders, who died. Really brutal. I mean, you really have to have a like no moral compass to dump someone in a wood chipper. Like, imagine the pain and suffering. I know it would be over very quickly, but how could you do that to someone? It's almost insulting to their life and their body to be like putting them through and make them into human Play-Doh. I mean,
right. I was thinking the same thing. I mean, that's so cruel.
It is. It's cruel. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully the jury sees what I see and what everyone else sees, and they get to a verdict quickly. Danny Mitchell says, imagine the blood. They went back like months later or 2 weeks later or something, and they were still finding flesh that they hadn't picked up the first time.
Jeez.
That they were still finding bits in the grass and bits of bone and forensic evidence that they didn't find on the first go around. So it was very messy, I believe.
I have to say this. Gazing at the Moon says whip it and whip it good. So funny, the other day my son was mixing something with a whisker and I said whip it good, and then I made him watch the Devo video because he's like, I go, that's from a song, you know. Yeah, sorry.
No, I'm just saying he probably said what is that because the kids wouldn't know the song.
He sat down and watched the video with me.
Oh, that's really cute. All right, we'll leave on this story. I hope everyone saw this in Texas, I'm pretty sure. Super fog leaves 7 dead in massive US highway pileup. They're saying a super fog in Louisiana caused multi-vehicle crash, and they've got a bit of a video. Let's see.
As a few. Oh, come on, man. Them tires started popping, man. I'm about to go ahead and shake this spot right here, man. I'm about to shake it now. It's bad, man. It's bad. Man, y'all go ahead on it. Go ahead, man, shake, man. When I say it's up, it's up. Bad, man. You got cars all in the water off the interstate, man. Jammed up, man. Everything, man. On the other side, good thing I got the skills I got. You got cars in the water, man. You see that? That gas truck about to blow up next. Somebody go ahead on and get the. Yeah, I know. I'm about to get away.
Wow, that's crazy. Just how much you cannot see at all.
Oh yeah, when I was in elementary school in the valley, we used to have the fog would get so bad we'd actually have fog delays and school would be canceled.
Oh,
Or
really?
start later because they didn't want the buses driving through the fog. Yeah, it was
Wow.
bad. Yeah.
Here you can see in this photo the charred remains of all the vehicles that got caught in the pileup, and you can see just from all the burn marks how ferocious that fire must have been. It's lucky that did no one die? No, 7 people. 7 people lost their lives in the. I mean, you can see how. If you got caught in this and there was already fire and then fog, you may not have been able to see a way to get out. If you were in here, how would you get out through all these big trucks and debris and fog? It's awful.
Awful.
It says
My
here
mom. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. It just says one vehicle appeared to have driven off the bridge and into the water below. More than 25 people were taken to hospital, not counting the many victims who sought medical assistance on their own. Superfogs form when a mixture of smoke and moisture released from damp, smoldering organic material such as brush, leaves, and trees mixes with cool, nearly saturated air, according to the National Weather Service.
Jeez. And my mom in Moonlight View says that Thule fog, that's what we called it here in the valley. And that's what it was. And my mom told me a story once when she was driving through the fog. When she finally got out of it, she was on the wrong side of the road the entire time.
Oh, geez, that's
Yeah.
awful.
Scary. I always hated driving in the fog.
Yamaha Biker says, "Hey all, just wanted to say hi. Good to see you, Yamaha Biker. Hope you're doing well." Yeah, so I wanted to show that because I don't think I've ever heard of super fog in Australia.
Wow.
Wow, there's another photo. Look at that. Look how far back the all the vehicles stretch. There's one on the northbound or the westbound or eastbound or whatever it is, and one going this way too. Look at all the vehicles. And they're saying one vehicle actually went off the edge into the water. It's a real bad place to have a crash too, because if you block off the roadway, you can't get to it because it's water and it's a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to do stuff like this. You can see the fire engine is down there and then coming up over the top. Really not a great place to crash.
Scary.
It really is. And, thoughts are with the victims' families. It would be horrible to hear that your wife or children or husband or grandparents are not coming home because they had a crash in a giant pileup.
Yeah.
How many vehicles did they say were involved?
Was it 25 or I don't know.
I'm just having a look. 158 car crashes.
The hell was I reading?
It says here, a large cloud of fog enveloping a highway led to at least 158 car crashes and 7 deaths in the southern state of Louisiana, authorities said on Monday. That's bonkers.
I was gonna say it looks like way more than 25, but I don't know where I got that number. So.
Yeah. Candy Williams says, "Gotta say good night, everyone." Good night, Candy Williams. I really appreciate you being here. It's good to see you. And
cheated no more. Enjoy your nasty hamburger or cheeseburger.
yeah, enjoy your burger. Yeah, we're gonna close up now anyway. I think we've been on for far too long. Wait, what time did we go on the air? Okay, we've been on just over an hour. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up for the night. I will be back on Nights with Ping for our video on security and scams. If you want to watch that, you can head over to Nights with Ping, and I'll be doing that sometime today. And I want to check this just before we go because I did hear it ping before we got off the air, before we got on the air, I think. So give me 1 second.
Oh, yeah, Gambler, that explains it. Gambler says regarding fountain electrocution, one child went in and others went in to assist. Oh, that's so bad.
So yes, my friend Beth B sent in a donation before the show. Beth B, thank you so much. She said, "Thanks to you and Insightful One for carrying the show so very well. Love you both." Love you, Beth B. It's very, very kind of you. A great supporter of the show, channel, and us. And
Yes.
I had a donation come through late after my show on Sunday from Heather, and Heather was here earlier. And Heather sent this to me, and she said, "Great listening to you. You're very kind and considerate to your fans." She said, "Shout yourself something not work related. Take care, Heather." Heather, that is amazingly kind, and I will definitely do that. I could use some time off, and this weekend, me and Mrs. Ping are going to go up to the animal sanctuary, and we're going to definitely take your advice and take a little bit of time off this weekend, and yeah, go see the animals. Mrs. Ping wants to go see the different birds and kangaroos, and I don't know what else they have up there, but she loves doing that. So we're going to take her up there. So thank you very much for your donation. It really means a lot. And hold on. Red Like Wine again says, "Where did the fountain electrocution occur?" Mexico, right? Is that what we were talking about?
I don't know where it occurred. It was in a mall. That's all I know.
Oh, no. Sorry. It's here. Fountain electrocution, 1 dead, 4 injured at Florida shopping complex.
Oh, Florida.
Those injured were shocked when they got into a fountain at Harborside Place shopping complex in Jupiter, Florida, to help a child struggling in the water. Oh no.
God.
An electric shock incident at a Florida shopping complex fountain has killed 1 person and hospitalized 4 others. That's brutal. They said when they arrived, the Palm Beach County Fire Rescue and Jupiter Police Department learned that multiple people got electric shocks when they entered the water to help the child. 3 children and 2 adults were taken to a local trauma center. The others were treated for injuries on the scene but didn't need hospitalization. They didn't say how many people, like how old the person was that died, whether it was the child or an adult.
Gambler says it was one of the adults who died.
That's very sad. Let's see, Good Samaritan dies. Horrible. Yes. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. Thanks for being part of the weird double stream thing. We just wanted to play with it and test it out. Oh, Heather says, "My 2 sons are in a band and have toured around America driving themselves, which means the opposite of the road to what they are used to. Between places and cars, I have been worried sick for 6 weeks. Heather, I hope they're doing okay over there, and I hope they weren't in Louisiana. That would have been good, because that wasn't a good place to be today." But Heather also says, "Sounds good. I hope you get good weather for your outing." I hope I do too, and I hope this cold snap goes away before we go up there. But thank you, and thanks again, Heather. Just Red Like Wine says, "I sense a lawsuit."
Yep.
Very possible. Very possible. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off here before my voice completely dies.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow night for another show. Trish will not be back until Thursday. Is that the right day, Insightful One?
Yes, she said Thursday.
Thursday. So you'll have us for Wednesday night. And if you want an extra show, head over to Nights with Ping in the morning, and there should be an upload for you about scams and how to avoid them. So good night, everyone. Thanks for being here. Very much appreciate it. And sorry about the ups and downs tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to figure them out when I get a new microphone and my voice gets a bit better. But good night, Insightful One. Have a good night to you too. And thanks to Moonlight View and Love and Coco if she was here. I didn't see her, but good night to her and thanks to her as well. And thanks for all you being here. And if you're in the replay crew, leave a comment. But other than that, good night, everyone. See you tomorrow night.
All right. Good night.